Hi everyone, this is Miles. This is the project that I'm submitting for my demo day. This is PupAI, and I've worked on this, the RAG bit of it, and Todd has worked on the exciting chatbot or the chatting side of it that he shall show within this demonstration. So moving swiftly on, this is about natural language matching, and the current sites that are in use are not very engaging. It can be sad, depressing, have forms, paperwork, and they tend to be guilt traps. And this is just some examples. I'm sure you know about them. Won't go into detail. I'm not criticizing them. They do try their best, and we shall look at one later on. But our idea here is to have canine conversation, engage and understand the preferences and requirements of the human or the adopter. Is it because of family, active lifestyle, companionship? And then the dogs will actually interact and pitch themselves, their athleticism, their quirkiness, whether they're really good with kids. And the goal is to have what would be an ideal shelter experience where you have an awesome advocate for the dog, and then you have the actual pup itself being engaging and literally telling you to pick it. Moving on. This is an actual bio for a real dog, and we're going to look at it. This is Bunny, who's up for adoption next month. It's a Great Pyrenees, but have a look at what it says here. It's in small print here, so I'll just flip back to the slides. It literally says that the mom is a Great Pyrenees. Before applying, be sure you have thoroughly researched Great Pyrenees. And this is where the RAG comes in. The RAG we're using here will actually tell you about the breed. So let's type that out here. This is PupAI on Hugging Face where we deployed it. And I'm going to say, tell me about the Great Pyrenees. And there you go. It tells you all about the breed, all the basic stats it has. I won't read them out. I'm sure you can read it because I've made it big enough there. But basically, the idea is this, and moving swiftly onto the actual tech itself, is that would be the human or the person who's looking to adopt a dog would be looking for a dog and would create a prompt to tell you about the breed. And this is the part that's working right now, the part that I've built, which is the RAG itself, which is using an embedded model with the breed information. That feeds into a bunch of responses, which in future will include responses from adoption sites, which have bios of dogs and their breeds and so on, which will pull from the same pipes, I guess. Multiple adoption sites would be the ideal, and those bunch of responses will be processed by an animated chatbot that Todd is going to show you what he's built, which is very exciting. Todd, over to you.
Thanks, Miles.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so instead of that type of interaction, you could have an interaction like this about the dog, and it can be pitching itself.
Hi, I'm Keisha, and I love everyone I meet, and am sure to make you laugh. Once playtime is over, I will be ready to rest and relax. Some may call me a couch potato, but I don't like to limit myself. I also love beds, soft blankets, pillow forts, and anything soft and comfy.
And it goes on. We could do more, but just for sake of time, let's go into the rest of the presentation. And so, what I built on top of Miles's RAG here, just to give you the tech. We have an API layer, which is Fast API, which calls into Miles RAG to get the answer to whatever question the user might be asking about. And then we would take that answer, enhance it a bit, then feed it into the text to speech. Then you get the voice part of the what the dog will say. And then what you would do is take that same answer, and we want to get an image, so we have to modify it prompt engineering wise to say, okay, let's create the right dog. We also have to have the right features. It has to look human like, and have like lips so that we can do lip syncing service in the next step. And so you feed the image and audio that you get from these first 2 steps to the lip syncing service, which in this case is Dad Talker, and you can then display the talking dog to the front end, the user front end. And so you would have that more conversational experience for the user. The dog would be able to say who it is. You can ask questions to the dog, such as like, are you active? And like it could like answer, yeah, I'm an active dog. I like to play outside, I like kids. All those types of things. You could have that built into the interaction. And so let's just try a couple examples here. Give one that's in the, we'll do one that's in the RAG.
Yes, the Doberman Pinscher is a guard dog, as it has a protectiveness value of 5.
Okay, so that's the answer from the RAG. And if we can also check if it's not in the RAG. So does Scooby do drool? And Scooby-Doo is not in this data set, so it won't have an answer.
Miles and Todd are jerks. They did not teach me well.
So the a little bit of attitude, but it does work in the sense that it won't give the made up answer, hallucinate in this case because of the RAG. And that's it. We can go back to Miles for the conclusion.
Okay, I'm back, and thank you very much, Todd. That's very exciting. I look forward to having us get that all working in our next phase of this project. Just going over briefly choices made. Because adoption APIs were not available in time, we used a generic API to get breed information. That's the context being used for the RAG. The tech used is OpenAI, LangChain Face, all used to create a RAG chain. There's a custom prompt in the RAG chain, and it's deployed on Hugging Face. This is some of the actual details of the embeddings and so on. I'm not going to read it out, but just leaving it up there for a few seconds for you to look at. That brings us to the final portion of this presentation. I hope you've enjoyed it, but essentially this is the ultimate goal: focusing on the well-being and happiness of both dogs and adopters through thoughtful adoption engagement. Engagement here is the key. The next steps in PupAI is to migrate to LangChain JSON loader and recursive JSON splitter for better results, fine-tuning and some sort of evaluation with at least one adoption site. This will give us that cycle of chat and interactivity between the chatbot and the user. So thank you very much, Chris, Greg, Sarah, all the peer supporters at AI Makerspace and everyone in this cohort. AI Engineering, woohoo, we made it through. Sounded very rehearsed, I'm sorry. Special thanks to Todd LLM, aka Todd Deshane, for being my teammate and his invaluable advice and help. Because this is recorded, I guess you can't ask me questions live, but please feel free to either send questions in through to Todd or myself, or to A1 Makerspace, and they'll pass them through. Thank you very much, everyone.